We're A-Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, how's everybody doing? Go ahead and hit the likes as you come through. Hey, Chicago. Good to see you. How you doing? Good to see all my people. Go ahead and hit the like. Hey, UFO. I usually have a little talk for y'all, but I ain't got no talk right now. Are you in Dalton? Okay. Thank you, Garnetta. Are you in Bahrain? I want to visit Bahrain one day. Inshallah, one day I'll visit Bahrain. Wa alaikum assalam, Kevin. Okay, so we are going to get into it today. While black women hit the wall, they'll never get chosen. And we are going to delve a little deeper into the impromptu interview that lead attorney had with April Mason just a couple of days ago. Because I went into it with the video that I did today, but she said a couple of mouthfuls, and I just have my perspective on the things that she said. I got my 2 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents to add to what Miss April Mason was talking about. Because see, a lot of what was said was okay unless you think about it and dig a little deeper. And you know, that's what we do here at the Crimson Cure channel. We dig a little deeper. There was some Japanese. I'm sorry, you know, much love to Miss April. Much love to Miss April Mason. But it was a little Japanese being spoken, you know, a little bit. So we're going to kind of get into it, and I do have permission from the lead attorney to use his clips of his content. So that is what we're going to do. So actually, we can go ahead and get right to it, because I'm gonna be listening to parts of it, and then we're going to be giving my perspective on what we're hearing. And you know that I skipped forward a bit. You know, we're not gonna listen to it uninterrupted. But there were some key things that we gonna point out and listen to. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get started.
Going, you were talking about, you know, women making money more on their job, women getting these promotions, and that's where a lot of men would be like, well, you know,
okay, let me explain that.
Okay,
I'll explain it to you. So
okay.
This is what I mean. I teach living a feminine lifestyle. Living a feminine lifestyle means even when you go to work, your energy is more, you're dominant in the feminine, not necessarily the masculine all day. So although we have several family businesses and I'm the CEO of a couple of them, and then I have a 27-year-old daughter and my 25 and 23-year-old sons, they run the business with me as well. However, I intentionally only give 10 to 15% of my masculine energy to my business every day.
Mm-hmm.
That means I'm allowing myself a cap so that I can make sure that I am not throwing myself as in the masculine energy as my dominant. There's nothing wrong with a woman being successful at all. It's how she operates in the energy of her success.
Right. Do you think
So-
there's a
Now, before Lead gets into his question, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Before Lead gets into his question that he asks her, because he asked her a very good question, I'm going to talk a little bit about what she talked about masculine energy, about working, about having financial success or success within your profession, because I think this is a good time to clarify myself and my position on that. First of all, I do agree with her that women need to watch the profession that they choose and whether or not that profession is masculine. And she needs to watch that energy and not choose masculine jobs where she has to fully throw herself into her masculine energy in order to even perform the job in the first place. Now, to understand the interplays between masculine and feminine energy, a woman does need a measure of masculine energy to do and complete certain tasks. However, we can do a masculine task and not remain in that energy or not be masculine before, during, and after that task. And I want to make sure that people understand what I'm saying, okay? And if that makes sense to everyone, right? Because masculine energy is a kinetic, and I have explained this before, but it's worth explaining again, heading into lead attorney's question for her. Masculine energy is kinetic. It is the energy of doing, of moving, of going, okay? Feminine energy is more passive, and it is the energy of waiting and of nesting. It's a potential energy, and it waits and needs the spark of a man's kinetic energy to be moved and propelled forward. Okay? We understand that so far. I want to know if my audience understands that so far. Now, when we talk about the 10 life values, because a lot of times I stress with women the internal 5 values, right? I stress with women the internal 5 values. And the reason that I stress that with women is mainly because we have been so steeped in the lost value system that we ignore, women and men alike ignore the 5 internal values: spiritual health, family, appearance, and dwelling. And we're doing so badly in these areas that I feel as though I do justice when I focus on them. However, even with that focus, I want everyone to understand that the 10 life values are the 10 life values, not the 5 life values. So those external 5 are also important for women. Thank you, Roger Report. It's important for women. Now you might say, well, Crimson Cure, you contradicting yourself, because 1 minute women shouldn't do that and the next minute now it's important. Here's the importance. See, nobody's saying don't have any mobility. Nobody's saying be stupid and don't have any education. Nobody's saying that you can't have a profession. Nobody's saying you can't have leisure. Nobody's saying you can't have wealth as a woman. So this is the other point that I agree with April. She's saying, how do you do that? See, how we do that is the 10 life values, to make sure we're anchored before we get to the external. Because see, there are PhD women in my chat room that come here. Dr. Michelle, that's not a cute handle that she thought was cute one day to put on YouTube. She has a PhD. You understand what I'm saying? So these are, Sherry Jackson is another highly educated woman. She's on her way to a PhD. These women are highly educated. These women have degrees. These women have professions. These women have specialties. Okay? That they have majored in, that they have studied. They have disciplines that they have studied. And they don't take offense to what I'm saying, because what I'm saying isn't contradictory to what they've done with their lives. And it's not a critique of it either. If y'all understand what I'm talking about. Women can have them things, but what it is that when she is a woman of value, she's getting those things done, yes. But it is also with the view that I'm going to be able to utilize these skills that I'm picking up for my husband's vision, either currently or in the future. Not for me, just for me. Because I'm going to get a useful degree, because my future husband or current husband is going to be able, thank you, Chicago Rilla, is going to be able to utilize my skill set. If I got money, he's going to be able to utilize my money. See, all of this stuff go together. But we're going to let the lead attorney continue, because he's going to ask her a really good question. Thank you, Niamoon. So let's go back.
Risk in becoming successful. For example, let's just take a quick look at what you were saying, that you're starting to see a lot more. You know, you were saying, well, you know, however, the majority of women that come to you have unrealistic expectations. You were saying the selfishness, fake everything. They think they should be chosen because they have a vagina and for the good looks. The entitlement, you know, just me not knowing the difference between being a woman and a wise woman, not knowing how to be versus do, thinking that being a feminine woman is weak or a pick-me, placing blame and not taking responsibility or accountability for the choices that they've made in men. And do you think that this is also a byproduct of women becoming more dope? Now they're saying, hey, well, I can now have expectations that are higher, maybe to the extent that they're unrealistic. Maybe I don't want to take blame for anything because I'm so dope. Do you see this as a risk of being more dope?
It's only a risk when women use those things as their validator. See, I teach the complete opposite. See, my success, like, everybody was like, oh my God, I saw you at the Rick Ross Boss Up conference. You were like right in the front. How did, you paid 25 grand to get it into the room, right? Yeah, I did. I was one of like 5 women out of maybe 40, 50 men. My resources got me in the room. The feminine woman kept me in the room. 2 different things. Right. So a woman can be successful, and I advocate for women to be successful, because a lot of our mothers, although they were more on the submissive side, we don't talk about the abuse that they were dealing with at the hands of the men back then, right? Because they didn't have any resources to say, you know what, I'm going to leave this abuse. I'm going to leave, whether it's emotional, mental, abuse. I'm not really being loved. I'm just being provided for, but at what cost? So there is.
Okay. All right. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard that right. Problematic. That statement is problematic. And I'm going to tell you why that statement is problematic. Because it perpetuates the concept that if you are submissive, and the reason that our foremothers or grandmothers were submissive, because April's only about 3 years older than me. So she's a Gen X. So when we talk about our mothers or grandmothers, that narrative that she just spoke about is one that modern women today use as the excuse as to why they're not gonna be submissive, why they're not gonna be underneath the leadership of a man, and underneath the cover, and underneath the guidance, underneath the system, order, and structure of any man, because I have resources now and I don't have to take nothing you say. I don't have to do nothing you say. If I feel like at any point I don't want to be here because you're quote unquote controlling, then I'm gonna just leave. And they no longer understand the difference between a man setting up system, order, and structure and an abusive man. See, every time a man sets up this structure, this is toxic masculinity to the modern black woman, and it's abusive to her. See, this is why I disagree. Thank you, L Boogie. Thank you, Jamal. See, this is why I disagree with it. It is problematic. Well, they had to deal with abuse, which this is what a modern woman hears when she heard that. She heard, oh, this is why I'm not submissive, because these men think that they can abuse you and I gotta be taken advantage of by an abusive man, and that's submission. I can only do that in a situation where I don't have the means or the wherewithal to pick up and leave this relationship if I so choose. This is where that get it on your own so you don't need no man rhetoric comes from. That's where that comes from. Our boomer mothers as Gen X girls taught us, go out there, get a job, get a career, get some money so you don't have to financially depend on a man, because if you have to financially depend on a man, he gonna automatically show his behind. And he gonna act a fool with you the entire time. And you're gonna be subject to many different forms of abuses and all of this other type of stuff if you are underneath the covering of a man. That's why her statement was problematic, because it gives life to what non-submissive modern day black women already think. So you can't on the one hand say, well, our foremothers were submissive because they didn't have the resources to leave an abusive relationship, and then tell a woman she need to be submissive in a relationship, because she not gonna do that. She not gonna buy that. Boop, knock that out. She gonna be like, nope, I'm not being submissive, because that is weak. That puts me in a position of weakness rather than a position of vulnerability. So that was the first problem that I had with that. We're going to continue on because it gets real interesting.
Of that balance, it's not this or that, it's this and that. So a lot of times people want us to go back to our, the women back in the 40s and 50s. I don't want us to go back there in all ways, because we were not treated equally as far as human beings. I don't think men and women are equal from the same. I think we are both equal human beings, but even God created us to where we are different, and our differences is what makes us drawn to one another. But I have no problem with a woman being in business or being a successful woman. It's how she does what she does. That's why I trademarked the feminine CEO. That means I'm a woman doing business, not a businesswoman. A businesswoman puts the business before the woman. So that's what I teach my women, that my tribe, that go ahead, go make your money. But understand, these alpha men, these protectors, providers, these men that don't want you to go 50-50, although you're successful, you became self-sufficient for yourself, that type of man don't need you for what you're selling them.
Right.
So now that you understand this, what are you going to do to become more of the divine feminine energy woman? They don't want to do that part because to them it feels weak. But you're coming to the table saying, I want this high 6, 7, 8 figure earning man. And when I ask you what you bring to the table, the first thing you name is your degree. I know how to cook, all this other stuff that they don't care about. Men with money, men with means, don't care if you really, I mean, you can cook, that's fine, but they can hire a chef. Everything that you are saying that you can do, they can hire somebody to replace what you do. So when you move the corporate ladder or go get successful in your business, that does not mean you don't be the woman. And a lot of times, especially our men, they say they want this type of woman, but they don't create an environment for that woman to actually be. Because they're so used to doing. When they say, I want a strong woman like my mom, well, what was your mother's quality of life? Did she work 4 or 5 jobs? There's no way I could be with a man that wanted me to work every day, take care of the kids, and be his sex kitten, his sexy vixen, his confidant, his peaceful place, and all of those things. Mm-hmm. So that's why I tell women, you got to decide on what kind of man that you want and understand, not all of them, but the majority of that kind will have a certain criteria that they look for in a woman. So if you're looking for a high 6, 7, 8-figure earning man, please understand he don't need you for your degree. He don't need you for your good credit. He does.
Now, we're going to stop it right there because we're going to clarify something that I touched on before. Men of that caliber, see, we have to start understanding the need, what that even means, right? Because a man of a particular caliber, if you have a degree and you have money and you have a certain amount of knowledge, like I said earlier, he's looking to see, can he use that as in terms of his vision? And me saying that is going to become a little bit more prominent as this goes on. Because does he need your money to fund his lifestyle? No. He has that already. However, if you come with that automatically get integrated to what he's doing. Do we understand that? It gets integrated. If you are a woman that has managed to secure the external values, right? Higher education, better profession, more wealth. You got to add that to his pot. And this is the disconnect. Because we think as black women, when we do that we running something. You still ain't running it. Especially when you call yourself are gonna try to get up underneath these types of men, because when we talk about a high value man over at the Crimson Cures channel, we're not just talking about his money, we're talking about all of it. All of it. Because a man that is high value has all 10. He is anchored at the spiritual end, but he is also anchored at the wealth end. See, the man that she's trying to refer to is this man. He's a spiritually sound man, but he ain't no po-righteous teacher. He ain't broke. See, that guy ain't broke. He not somewhere got you eating bean pies in a shelter. You understand that? That's not that guy. And we have to start understanding that all 10 of them things that I just showed you all work together. They shake hands the whole way down the list. And if you took a look at, because y'all gonna see the chart again, it's a circle right next to it because they all shake hands. Every value is connected to another value on some level, directly or indirectly. You understand what I'm saying? And so we're going to actually go back to this. Before I go back to this, hold on. What's happening with my likes? Y'all need to dance. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. You gotta get the likes up. Bam, bam. You gotta Okay, I gave you the dance. I'm sorry. But I got 502 people, but I only got 287 likes. Come on, get the likes up. Support the content. We're actually gonna get back to it. I might skip ahead a bit. So let's go back and share.
Doesn't need you for those things.
Yeah, let me ask you. So I totally agree with what you're saying. These men who are making, 6, 7, 8 figures. But it seems to me that if the average black man, let's say in the United States, is making, let's say, $45,000 a year, then the black men who are making 6, 7, and 8 figures, those are very few in number. How is it that all this mass of black women can get these very few black men at the top?
They can't. And the reason why, and this is the reason why I use those 6, 7, 8 figure men, because they don't come to me for the $40,000, $50,000 a year men. And there's some great guys, because I always tell them, they're like, I want a high value man. I said, what's your definition of a high value man? Immediately they start with the money and the success, right? I'm like, there's a difference between a high value man and a high earning man. You're listing a high earning man. A high value man can make $40,000, $50,000 a year and having character, integrity. He can have spirituality. He can be a good protector and provider. And when your feminine energy being behind connects with him, your job is to amplify and multiply. And at the same time, he will go out and dominate in the world. And now next thing you know, he's making $200,000 a year. But nobody wants to start right there. But these are normally the women that, now I will say this, there is a caliber of woman that's supposed to start at the high 6, 7, 8 figure. She understands her position, right?
Yeah.
That's not the majority.
Right. And so one of the first things that you mentioned in your post was the unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm gonna skip ahead.
I think women can do a lot of things.
With them. These men have a criteria. It's all about how you are put together, right?
50 pounds and she's got a good man. Is that the source of, what's the source of the delusion?
The source of, we're not dealing with our emotions. See, a lot of women are overweight, and even men, because we're not dealing with the source. The source is emotion, emotional eating, not healing. You're carrying the weight, not just the physical weight, but the mental carrying the weight. It keeps me still going to the spa. Because I go pick flowers, Lee, and I go to the strawberry farm and pick strawberries, but I can still run my businesses. But it keeps me light. It keeps me fun. It keeps me youthful. It keeps me living a very sensual and sexual life because I don't have that weight.
Right. And when it seems to me, when you say, you study him, what that sounds to me is like you're putting forth effort. Right? Yes. And when a woman doesn't go to the gym, it's not a lot of effort. When a woman doesn't even want to make you...
It's hard to get to the minute mark I want, but there's a specific one that I'm trying to get to.
A plate. It seems like some type of conservation of energy where they just don't want to put forth any effort. There's not much that a man can do when women have this type of mentality that they're really... Shout out to the Teslas. Listen,
this woman, the coach, the entrepreneur, all of those things, but I didn't know who April was because April's identity was wrapped around being the mother. And so I had to take some time to figure out what I wanted because what I wanted now wasn't what I wanted when the kids were younger. I was looking for more of a father figure. Well, I don't need that. My kids are 27, 25, and 23. Right. I don't need that anymore.
I'm going to pause right here. Because the part that don't want to skip too far ahead on, even though I got the minute mark, it's hard to get to them without skipping forward. Is she going to tell people that at 46 she had to pick a... You know what? Let me just...
So when people equate what you're not married, what you're saying is my value is I'm only valuable if I have a man by my side. This is what I try to teach women. The man is the added bonus to your life. create a dope life, and you have the pick of the litter. And once you got the pick of the litter, you can take your time vetting them.
Okay. Okay. Let me, I gotta look at y'all this time. Okay. At 46, let me clarify something. I don't care how fly you are. You know what? Let me go to commercial break because we're at the halftime mark. And then I'm going to go, we're going to delve deep into that one. Get my likes up. I got 541 people, 389 likes. Come on. Be right back.
See, wherever I go, stay ready, stay alert, always prepared for whatever I see me. There's a seat right here, a seat from all angles. I'm ready. It's time to get down to business. Game time.
Hi, honey. I know you just made it to the library, but love of my life, my hero, my lion, you forgot your A game. So come home, take it, and then you can go and conquer the world, black man. Oh, and one more thing. Would it kill you to just wear some socks? I'm just saying. Love you. And can you bring home some milk?
Oh, man. She be killing me. Okay, I'll go back. I'm gonna get my A game. I'm not putting them socks on. I'm good. I'm fly. I'm fresh. I'm gonna stop at 7-Eleven and get some milk.
Okay. So here's the thing that we need to talk about. At 46, and even my age, 43, I don't care what kind of body you got. I don't care what kind of femininity you got. At our age, we do not have the so-called pick of the litter. No, we don't. I disagree with Miss April Mason on that. We don't. The only thing that an older feminine woman has in her favor, first of all, if we've been feminine, we aren't hitting a wall. We're aging. That's number one. Number two, keep yourself in shape. Keep yourself physically looking nice, which April is pretty. She's in shape and everything. Keep yourself looking nice. Keep yourself in your feminine energy, right? The only thing that means is that the door is not completely closed. But that pool that you had, the pool I had at 23 years ago is not the same pool of men that I have now. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. The only thing that this means is that I have a shot still at being some man's wife because I'm wife material. Do you understand? That is what we have. The door is not completely shut. If you're a woman and you have not been for the streets, you don't act like this masculine hyena heathen and all of that type of stuff, and a man is attracted to your spirit, your feminine energy, and all of this type of thing, he still see value in you because there's value there. We're still only able to put ourselves in positions to be chosen by a man that sees value within us. But that range of men, that group is smaller and smaller and smaller because we aged. Because we aged. It is what it is. Now, women can feel some type of way about that, but it is what it is. And this is why I titled it the way that I did. Black women hit the wall without ever being chosen. See, it's this type of stuff that give the one that's for the street and I hit the wall hope that, oh, if I just look a certain way physically, then I'll still be able to gloss over my lack of internal value as a woman, and he'll just go for it. No, ma'am. See, the thing about it is the treacherous ground that we walk is that when you're older, when you're a Gen X girl and you still look good and you got some feminine energy, there will be dudes that want to smash. Oh yes, because there's that mature, but she ain't old, but she still look good. But see, there's that. But that cannot be confused with men who have standing proposals, that want to be committed, that want to be married. That pool did this. And it's continuously doing that unless and until a man chooses you. Do we understand? Do we understand what I'm saying? We have to be to the top echelon as an older woman of wife material. You gotta have your life together with the 10 life values is essentially what I'm saying. Thank you, Bureau Hammer, and thank you. I missed a couple of super chats. Thank you. Let me go and see. Can I see them? The New Drug. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ed Davey. Thank you, Philip. Okay? A woman gonna have to have herself together with them 10 life values. She gonna have to get it together with her marriage market value completely. And the older she get, the tighter that's gotta be. She can't miss a step in order for that door to not be completely closed in her face. Thank you, Ruminant. It's the only way. It's the only shot that women my age and up, maybe a little bit below, the only shot they got. See, see, your value go down, ladies, and y'all don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. The only reason why I still have that wifely value is because I'm 43 and single now, but I wasn't single the whole time. Meaning you had to be for the streets that whole time. And I'm not saying April was single that whole time. I do believe that she was married, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But see, that value is still there because, okay, all of my adult life for 20 years was with one man in a marriage. Not here and there. You might have had a relationship 2 years. You got a kid. Then you was for the streets for 4 years. Then you got no. See, it's not spotty. I got a 20-year unbroken track record. Thank you, Call Me a Pick Me. And that helps me. Like, okay, well, she wasn't just out here. Thank you again, Chicago Rilla. She wasn't just out here willy-nilly. I know she ain't telling me the full truth about how many men, because sis, you've been grown this whole time and you ain't had no man that has ever come to choose you. That's problematic. It's problematic. And black women today don't think it's problematic. See, you hitting the wall without a man ever coming and saying, I'm going to cover you for the rest of your life or my life. At least that's the intent. That's problematic, sis. I need the likes up. I got 606 people. I got 495 likes. Come on. Bam, 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 bam. You got to get the like button. Bam, bam. You got to, See? See, your age do matter. Because if I got widowed at 26 rather than at 40, I'm in a much better position. A much better position. No kids, still young. You was a widow, so somebody chose you. There must be some value there. One man saw value, another man will see it. Because there's value in there to be seen. Problem is, y'all are 35, 45 on all of that kind of stuff. And see, this is why I don't accept the argument against what I'm saying from the standpoint of, where are you married? No, but I was. And it wasn't a tumultuous, horrible marriage. It was a 20-year whole long stint without a separation or a break. So there's something for me to offer to somebody from the standpoint of having been a married woman in a committed relationship and how that actually goes. And see, the ones who like to critique it are 35 and have only ever been for the streets. It's not the same. We not the same. Well, I'm single and you single. Yeah, but a man chose me about 20 years ago. He got me off the market as a young woman. And most lionesses get picked off the market early. Okay? So I need people to understand that. It's not the same. We're going to go back because there was another couple of little points that she made that I want to talk about before we end this.
Because what happens is when women get into a position to where, oh, I'm a dope woman now, and they get access to the 1 to 10% of a black man, guess what they do? The first one that come along, they want to snatch it because they're not used to having that. Well, you haven't vetted him. You don't know if he qualifies yet. Right. You haven't looked at his life to see if it complements your life. So when you do get to a place where I am, you can take your time and say, you know what? I have 4 or 5 to choose.
I'm going to let her finish this because we going to cook.
From, and all of them are wonderful men. It's only about, now it's up to me to decide which one is the best for my legacy. Not just because I like you and I love you. Which one is best for the legacy? Which one is best for me to merge our lives together and love on each other? But we also understand we want to leave a legacy. Black people marry for love and strictly my emotions. I don't do that. I've learned from the others how not to do that. Mm-hmm. I've learned from white women that you don't marry somebody with potential.
Did you hear that? Okay.
You marry somebody that's already doing what they do. Only black women are called gold diggers when they want a man that's successful. The others are taught that. So for me, it's more of, no, I've become a wonderful woman for me, and I've learned to enjoy her because it took a minute to really get out of just mom mode, that I'm more than a mother, I'm more than a sister, and all of these other things. So now, you know, I'll settle down now because I know what I can offer now, because I went through the process. Once women start taking my courses, they always jump prematurely. Mm-hmm. Because what they do is they start seeing subtle changes, and it's like, oh, let me grab the first man to come along. No, rest in your change. Because you'll learn, you might start attracting them from what I teach, but you won't be able to keep them if you do not embody what a feminine woman is. You have your boundaries, you have confidence, you're not worried about other women, you're not worried about other races of women. You are a dope ass woman for yourself first. And then you will, just like a magnet, start attracting quality men. But
now we're gonna pause it right there, because I want to talk about men are not getting, first of all, like I said in the earlier video, men of a certain caliber that's got their life together, with these 10 life values, if it's not doing a couple of things. First of all, they not getting on your program, and I've discussed that earlier, but we're gonna go into depth with that. Thank you so much, Philip J. Say, come on, peeps, get the support mindset so that it's automatic. Hundreds of viewers. This is sad. Thank you so much, Philip, for all of your support. And yeah, Philip shouldn't have to carry the show all the time. I appreciate him very much, but I got some regulars. Okay, but anyway, and get my likes up. I'm not even looking at them, but I know. Anyway, let's go. See, men of a certain caliber and a certain value, he got his life together according to that. He's not doing a couple of things. One is he's not getting on your program, because like I said before in my earlier show, sis, you ain't got no program. All you doing is being an adult. All that you doing is managing your little business and managing your little business or whatever, getting your job done, paying your bills. Baby, that is not system, order, or structure. Okay, you just as chaotic. Now there's levels to that, but you're chaotic. If you don't have some type of structure that you are adhering to that is outside of what you think is good and bad and wrong or right, then you don't have system, order, and structure that you are leaning on for coverage. Okay? You don't have that, beloved. The other thing that a high value, high worth, high earning man is not doing is sitting in a pool of men waiting for you to pick which one you want. Boop! Not happening. Because you going to pay him all your attention or none. Because he just don't got time. He don't got time. So you got to be on his program in every single way. See, well, we have to understand the subtleties of feminine and masculine energy and how that play out, because saying that a man is going to be, merge with you and, what your legacy is, it's masculine. And we're going to delve deeper into it, because on my video, I didn't have time, but we're going to dig into it. Let's go down the line of the 10 life values. Men are not waiting to get chose by you, and they are not waiting for you to figure nothing out. They done already got that figured out. You are coming onto his spiritual program, his spiritual mission. In Arabic, we call it a tartib. It's a tartib, a mission. His spiritual layout. This is why Muslim women do not marry non-Muslim men. You want to know why? Because the man leads the spirituality. And if he can't lead me in Islam, I can't be underneath him. Me as a Muslim, thank you, Amin Ra, cannot be underneath a Christian man. I don't care what kind of qualities he got. Do you understand that? Can't do it. We don't not even really worshiping the same thing. And I'm either going to have to convert, or we going to be at odds in this house. Because the moment he want me to fry up a pork chop, we having a problem. The moment he don't want me to make salat, we having a problem. The moment we have kids and children belong to him, but I want to raise them as a Muslim, that's problematic. It's problematic. This is why Muslim women don't marry non-Muslim men, but Muslim men can get pious Christian women. There's a caveat to that. Because if she's already spiritually inclined, won't be difficult, because she's getting on his program, not the other way around. Do you understand what I'm talking about? about the food. If he is a vegetarian, thank you, Danny Denniston, then what kind of program, what kind of eating program she gonna have to be on? A vegetarian. Because what if he don't want steaks cooked in his pans? He don't eat meat nor its byproduct. Nor do he eat things that's fried in the leftover grease. He don't want it. I don't care if it is turkey bacon and not pork bacon. He's a vegetarian or a vegan, and he don't do that. So if you come over into his world, into his life where he has invited you, then you got to get on that program. If he exercise 4-5 times a week, you think you're going to be able to sit there and be a couch potato and just watch him lift kettlebells? No. You going to come in this gym some of these times and you going to lift these kettlebells. You're going to do a squat. You're going to do something. You going to do something. Because we works out around here. We keeps ourselves active around here. You're not going to be able to sit there and be 256 pounds talking about you body positive. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay? We going to eat a certain way in this house. We going to be active in this house. You going to do it. My kids going to do it. All of this kind of stuff. Come on. You understand what I'm saying? In family, we gonna live in a certain place. I'm not coming to stay with you in your house. Well, I bought this house 5 years ago. Sell it. Or you can keep it. You can keep it. Matter of fact, keep it. You still coming to live with me. And we'll rent that out and use that for income. That's what we gonna do. How about that? How about that? I'm not coming to stay with you. Because you're on my mission. I'm not on your mission. Let's get it together. What about appearance? I don't allow my woman to go outside looking like who done it and what for. If you gonna represent me with my last name, oh, baby, you got to come better than that. I don't like the way your hair is. I don't like the way them clothes fitting you. I don't like the style of them. You beautiful, but you're going to have to change that, because if we, listen, let me tell you something. You going to look a certain way. You going to act a certain way. My kids going to look a certain way, going to act a certain way. And we going to represent. You're on my mission. I'm not on your mission. I'm not trying to sit here and talk about how you like the baggy pants and you like the Aaliyah look from 2000. You like the Missy Elliott look from 2003, and that's how you get out. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. Is it 2003 or is it 2021 going into 2022? I thought so. Thank you, Couch Sniper. We not playing them games. Not playing. Those men do not play those games. Well, I know she got 2-3 other high value men to choose from, so I better step up my game. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, no. Oh, you got 2-3 other dudes? Peace. Is what it is. You can let them other beta male high earning men that lead with their pocket ready. You can let them play musical chairs with you. I'm not doing it. I got better things to do. For that matter, I got better women to do. Let's talk about dwelling. Again, we're going to live in a certain place. We're going to live at a certain standard. The house going to be clean to a certain standard. Listen, you gonna get on my mission, or you got to get off the plane. It's a parachute right there. Have you ever skydived before? You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. It's a set of parachutes just for such an emergency. Just in case you flew off the mission. I ain't trying to, see you dead. And then I secure the parachute for you. And you can land in the arms of a simp down at the bottom. In the arms of a simp, fly away. You're gonna do that. Play that little sad music on your way down. Thank you, Luke Casely. Not playing no games around here. Mobility. Yeah, you went and got a degree in this, that, and the third. You got money, this, that, and the third. You got all this kind of stuff. Okay, you own this property, that house. Okay, good. It's all about to be integrated. We all integrate. We integrating all of that over here. No 50-50. No 50-50. Men like that don't play that game. Okay? Education. I need you to go back to school and get another degree in X, Y, and Z, because that degree in basket weaving you got does nothing for me. Nothing. You know how to weave a basket. Ain't no money in it. The profit margins is low and ain't nobody looking for baskets. You got that, ma'am? So you're going back to Cali. Okay, you're going back to Cali. You're going back to school. Prestigious school this time. None of the community college stuff. We going to a school that's accredited. And you're going to get this kind of degree because that helps what? Helps me. Which in turn helps you. I know we going a little bit over, but I'm going to go through these 10 life values. Please excuse me, because I try not to dishonor y'all time. So please forgive me for going over this hour, but I do believe it to be important. What about your profession? What kind of profession do you have right now? Well, I'm a waitress at Hooters. First of all, that's a job, not a profession. Second of all, if you clock back in tomorrow morning, don't call me. You got a choice to make. Clock back in at Hooters. Don't call me, and I don't know if you clocked back in. I don't know if you did. Because if I call you and that noise in the background sound like a bunch of rowdy men eating butterfly shrimps, we done. Leisure. What do you do with your time? What do you do with your money? Oh, you frivolous. Okay, I can understand you go get your little hair done, you go get your little nail done. Okay, you trying to keep yourself up, little mani petty. Okay, all right. I got you. There ain't no problem with that. Wait a minute. Whoa. Did you just buy a Coach bag, but your light bill due? Well, I needed to get See, don't call me no more. Because the leisure gonna be on my terms as the man that's the leader. It's all on his terms. It's all on his mission. Listen, we travel for leisure when I say we can travel for leisure. Now you can ask. You can ask. You can make requests. Sure, I'll listen to your requests. That's fine. You know, long as you in your feminine energy, you know, and you ain't trying to dominate and take charge and take lead and all that kind of stuff. If you have a request, this time it was a beautiful place you saw in such and such country, and baby, I would really, really like to go. Please. Sure, we could go. Sure, we could go. I would love to take you there. I want to see you in that bikini on the beach. We're going to have a private bungalow with a private beach section. And I want to see that bikini coming through them waves, baby. Coming through talking about, well, me and my girls wanted to go to Mardi Gras. You and your girls wanted to go where? But we been going to Mardi Gras every year for the past 10 years. Hit that plane in Louisiana and don't come back. Because as quick as men like that are prone to give you his 4 P's, is as quick as he gonna take them. Don't be on the mission. Don't be on the mission. They looking for me to go. We always go to Mardi Gras. But then if you always go to Mardi Gras for the last 10 years, you ain't missed nothing. Did you? You done seen everything Mardi Gras got to have in a decade. If you ain't seen Mardi Gras, all of Mardi Gras in a decade, that's too bad. Hop that plane. Don't you come back here. Don't you come back. No more. Don't come back. What you doing with the wealth? Your money is now my money. Y'all don't want to hear that part, but it's the truth. If you have money to put in the pot, then you got to put the money in the pot. Problem is, women that's masculine and in that mind frame of thinking that, you know, he's on my mission. Thank you, Steady Show. Think that when they put money in the pot, they're building him up. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, because you're playing games. Playing games. You are not building no man when you put your money in the pot. You're adding your money, because if we marry and I'm that kind of man and I'm covering you, that ain't none of your money. Be worse than Debo and Smokey after they robbed old boy. And said, yeah, Smokey was like, yeah, we got $200. I got $200. What you got on my 40, homie? Pony up. It's not your money. See, y'all want to be chosen by these men that's got all of these standards and he got everything together. There's a price that come with that. it's a beautiful price if you know how to pay it. It's a beautiful price. Thank you, Live Like a Sacred Generator. It's a beautiful price to get into the covering of a man of worth and value who has those 10 things in order in his life. If you have yourself together in your life, none of that is a question for you. You willingly, you ready. Here, take all of me because I understand that that is what I need to be. Thank you, Zion. I need to be the tool in your hand. And that gets lost somehow. Thank you, Fred Hampton Gun Club. That gets lost somehow. Now, I think I've taken up enough of y'all time on this subject. But the takeaway before I wrap this up is that we have to understand what value system we're coming from. Are we coming from the 10 life values or are we coming from the lost value system? Thank you, C. Latimer. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Hopefully everything is well with you and yours. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Said thank you for separating truth from deception that lead live stream. And see, that's the other takeaway, because it's real easy for people to say it's beef and I'm coming for somebody. But no, because I'm not coming from Miss April Mason. I just disagreed with her talking points and I had my perspective on her talking points. I have no judgment for her as the woman. But we have to have that discernment. Thank you, Anthony. We have to have that discernment. I know I'm going on a little bit, but I'm trying to drive these points home for everyone. This is important that we understand how the 10 life values works. We've been living in a lost value system so long, we don't understand the right way to be. It looks wrong. The right way looks wrong to us. This is what I'm trying to get people to understand. But we're 12 minutes past what we usually do. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But I want everybody to get on their A game. A game. A game. If you want to be on your A game, fellas and ladies, if you got men in your life that you want to get on their A game, click the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com, and you can still get your 10% off using the code Kendra10. I want to thank everyone for coming through, for their generous donations through Super Chat, through Cash App, and just allowing me to take a bit of your time. And a warm thank you to my team, without which none of this is possible. So thank you to them. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.